First time, the Arkansas Derby winner, Cyberknife, the 16 with some longer odds as well. Rich Strike, what an odd story. This time yesterday, they were thinking about a race in New York in June. Then all of a sudden, Ethereal Road scratches, and Rich Strike's got to get ready to roll. A Derby opportunity. I know the odds are really long at 79-1. But what have we learned about the Derby? You never know. We are set for a piece of horse racing history for 2022. Which horse will be talked about forever as the winner of the 148th Kentucky Derby? With the call, the voice of the Triple Crown, here's Larry Collmus.
All right, Mike, and Tiz the Bomb has moved into the starting gate. Zandon is about to step forward into stall 10. The only one that's been acting up a bit was Happy Jack in post position number 2. He seems to have settled down. The long shot of the race, Rich Strike, who drew in, will be the last one to load here. The others are standing well in the starting gate. Rich Strike is coming up to that outside stall right now, going in, and they're all in line, ready for the start. Got Happy Jack appears to be being backed out of the starting gate here. They're taking a look at Happy Jack back behind the gate again. He was the one that was a little restless in line. He's gone back in now. Once again, we're ready for a start. They're off in the Kentucky Derby. And Summer Is Tomorrow had a great start and goes immediately to the early lead. Messier is away running with speed. Crown Pride to the outside. Epicenter is going to be taken back a bit down toward the inside as Tapa goes up outside of Charge It. And farther out and close to the pace is Cyberknife. Then comes on the outside Zozos as they race by us for the first time. It will be Summer Is Tomorrow to lead the way. Crown Pride on the outside second. Messier follows in third. Zozos fourth. Cyberknife is fifth to the outside. And then it's Tapa. Charge It behind them. Epicenter finds himself in mid-pack here. Pioneer Medina. Smile Happy next. And then Zandon to the inside and wide up Mario. Classic Causeway is after that. They're followed by Tawny Port. As they head to the backstretch, Simplification is next. Then comes Tiz the Bomb, Rich Strike, O'Donegal to the inside, and then the two trailers up the backstretch are Barber Road and Happy Jack. That opening half mile was, whoa, blazing fast. 45.36 seconds for Summer Is Tomorrow, who heads up the backstretch in front with Japan's Crown Pride right alongside, and Messier goes up in between those two. The pace continues to be hot. Zozos is next after 3/4 in 1 minute 10 and 4/5 seconds, and now Epicenter comes splitting horses and is moving up quickly as Crown Pride takes the lead around the far turn. It is Crown Pride battling with Messier. They're stride for stride. Epicenter and Zozos in behind them. Cyberknife swings up to the outside. Zandon gets the rail run, and they're into the stretch. And it's Messier, Crown Pride, and Epicenter is coming up on the outside. Epicenter has taken the lead as they arrive into the final furlong. Zandon is coming after him. Epicenter and Zandon, these two, stride for stride. Simplification down the outside is next. They're coming down to the wire. Epicenter, Zandon, Rich Strike is coming up on the inside. Oh my goodness, the longest shot has won the Kentucky Derby. Rich Strike has done it in a stunning, unbelievable upset.
Forget Rich Strike, Lightning Strike. That's one of the biggest upsets in the history of the Kentucky Derby. Friday morning at 8 a.m., this horse was not in the race. Eric Reed, the trainer, Sonny Leon, the jockey, have never been a part of the Derby, and they have won an unbelievably upset, shocking Kentucky Derby with Rich Strike, who went off at 80-1.
Mike, you could have bought this horse for $30,000 last September. He was in a claiming race. Oh my God, great ride by Sonny Leon in his first Kentucky Derby.
This is as big a shock as Mind That Bird, Giacomo. This is absolutely stunning.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. Gracias, man. Thank you. How surprised are you? Thank you. Thank you. You had a lot of horse on. Yeah, man. Wait for the moment. We did it, man. Hey! Hey!
Careful there, Rich Strike. What a moment for Rich Strike. When the trainer, Eric Reed from Versailles, Kentucky, 57 years old, found out that Ethereal Road was scratched yesterday, his quote was, as you see the horse acting up a little bit here.
He's trying to savage the pony.
Yeah.
As if he hasn't done enough already beating 19 other horses. He's trying to beat up on the pony.
And he's bitten a lot of the bettors as well, who had very little interest in him. The quote from the trainer was, "They're giving me CPR right now. We had already made plans to work out tomorrow and head to the Peter Pan at Belmont." I think the plans have just changed. Still trying to get this horse under control here. Rich Strike has stunned the racing world. So you have 20 horses that qualify for the Derby on points. The field is only 20 here. He was the first alternate, still trying to bite the pony here as they try to get him under control. We want to see here in a moment, once the horse gets settled down, where the horse came from. And you talked about Mind That Bird. Mind That Bird came from out of nowhere on the rail.
So did Rich Strike. He was way back in the back of the pack, not last, but he was right in the back trio after angling over to the inside. This was all about the pace. The quarter mile, unbelievably fast. So was the half mile. That's where the horse needed to be, and a great ride by Leon.
He was. I mean, you know, look, when you're that long of a price, you can stay underneath the radar, but he tucked him in. He saved ground almost all the way. He was lucky enough to split horses at the top of the stretch, and then a wide gap was available to him the last eighth of a mile. Just an unbelievable performance.
The jockey, Sonny Leon, he's one of the top riders in Ohio. He had 6 mounts yesterday at Belterra Park in Cincinnati. He was not expecting this to be part of his weekend.
We talked about how the pace could get out of control, the possibility.
Totally right.
This is a historically fast, suicidal, radioactive Kentucky Derby pace. That's why Epicenter was fatigued. Even Zandon caught from behind by Rich Strike. What an upset, though. There's nothing on this horse's past performances that suggests this was even a possibility.
The horse has run 7 times, won once, show 3 times out of the money. Totally different world right now. Rich Strike, stunning win. Nick Luck.
Oh, Mike, Eric Reed, the winning trainer, Rick Dawson, the winning owner here, and Eric's dad, Herbie, what a proud moment for him. Eric thrust into the big time against all odds. You only got into the race earlier in the week. Just try and put this into words.
I don't know how I fell down the paddock when he hit the wire. I about passed out. I'm so happy.
Can you explain that?
This is something that, you know, is the reason everybody does this, because we're not supposed to be here. But I knew this horse loved the track, and he'd been training so good all year. And thanks to Rick for getting me here. And Sonny Leon, they know who he is now.
They do, the winning rider, Sonny Leon. Herbie, your son is a Kentucky Derby winning trainer. How does that feel for you?
Unbelievable. I can't explain it. It's unreal.
And when you drew into this race, Rick, at the last moment, did you think we're just here for a great day, or did you genuinely believe that you could do something?
Oh, never, ever, ever would Eric and I put a horse in a race we didn't think we could win. I promise you. We talked about this a year and a half ago. We talked about never putting a horse in that wasn't ready, wasn't fit. And we just knew that we had a shot because every time he went longer, he got better. And today we go to 1.25 miles, and he just kept going.
Tell me about this man here, Eric, and the journey you've been on together.
He's the reason I'm in this business right now. There's a lot of story back behind that, but I was ready to get out of the industry. I wasn't just disenchanted with the whole thing.
You want to tell us that story? We've got the time.
Well, I won't, but I met Eric through a close friend of mine I've known for 35 years. I met here in Kentucky. He introduced us, and I thought, you know what, Pete Chereau, and I said, you know what, I like this guy. I'm going to give it another shot, and it's been nothing but a great ride since. He always tells me exactly what's going on. Sometimes good news. Sometimes the truth isn't good news, but it's always the truth, and I can deal with the truth. And this is the most unbelievable day ever. Impossible.
Eric, Rick, Herbie.
Lottery. I'll put it that way.
As he said, Mike Tirica, they won the lottery and some.
Yeah.
Well done, gents.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Wow. To the trainer, Eric Reed, 1 second. A Kentuckian, he lost 23 horses in a 2016 fire. at a stable located near Lexington, Kentucky. 13 horses were saved. The fire also claimed all of the facility's track and supplies. Reed's office was located in the barn. He lost records, decades of trophies, racing memorabilia. And Red TR Racing, Rick Dawson, Oklahoma resident whose career background's in the energy business, in the upset business now.
This horse was bred and raised by Calumet Farm. They owned him for his first 2 starts. They put him in a $30,000 claiming race last September rather, and Rick Dawson and Eric Reed reached in and took him for $30,000, and look where they are now.
Explain.
A stunner. So, like we told you, the Derby's back to normal. Because everybody's back. The fans are back. You're not going to have a disqualification, right? No! It's the Derby. It's horse racing. Anything can happen, and it did again. On Friday morning when we woke up, there were 20 horses in this field. Rich Strike was not one of them. Ethereal, scratched. Into the field comes Rich Strike. And Sonny Leon from Venezuela rides this horse into a piece of history. For Eric Reed, one of those Versailles, Kentucky residents for whom this sport means so much, that late run on the rail like Mind That Bird, oh, that upset. This one's the second longest shot in the history of the Derby. Rich Strike wins the Kentucky Derby.
That is just extraordinary. What a story. Remember 3 years ago, a horse called Maximum Security passed the finish line first, was disqualified and put 17th. He could have been picked up for about 35, 40 grand before a claimer earlier in his career. This horse, 30 grand you could have got him for. These guys did get him before a claimer, because remember in the States they get them before the claimer. You have to put the money in, put the claim in. And now he goes and wins a Kentucky Derby, which is just an extraordinary story, because when it happened with Maximum Security, everybody said that'll never happen again. You know, nobody would let something like that slip through their fingers. Well, it's happened largely due to a suicidal pace, although I'm not surprised with the noise from the crowd beside the stalls that they did charge away. But they went exceptionally fast, even for America early on. They were under 46 seconds for the opening quarter, which is just in a race at that distance is absolutely crazy. I think that the second has run an extraordinary race, Epicenter, to manage to hold on to second. Hit the front at the top of the straight, but that was after an incredible gallop all the way through. Sat actually, in fairness to Joel Rosario, he decided to let them get on with it, and he got his horse into the right spot. And he sat a good bit further back. He was 7 or 8 lengths off the pace all the way around, or most of the way around, and then he made his move. But look at that. What an incredible story for the young, well, he's not that young, I suppose, now, the Venezuelan rider, Sonny Leon. It is just a brilliant, brilliant story, and for Eric Reed as well, and of course the owners, who you heard there, were almost in tears. Back in second, Epicenter has run very, very well, and in third,